Leli bounced his big red ball against the ground.
Boing, boing.
He giggled, chasing it as it rolled away. The meadow was his playground, but today it seemed a bit too quiet. Leli noticed the donkey and stopped.
Hello?
He called out, waving a little paw. The donkey looked up, surprised to find a friendly face in his solitude. The donkey seemed hesitant, but curious. The donkey looked at the ball, then at Leli.
Can I?
He asked softly, his voice barely a whisper.
Yes, we can play together.
Came the cheerful reply, and the donkey's ears perked up. Leli rolled the ball to the donkey.
Catch!
He exclaimed. The donkey caught it with his nose.
Thump!
And rolled it back with a swift.
Whoosh!
They both laughed.
Hee hee!
Neigh!
The meadow echoed with the sound of their joy. After playing for a while, Leli paused, looking at his new friend with a smile.
We are friends now.
He declared, his heart full of warmth. The donkey nodded, his eyes shining with gratitude.
Yes, friends.
He agreed. Leli realized that sharing made playtime even better as he looked at the setting sun.
Yay!
He cheered softly, knowing that a simple game of catch had brought him a new friend.
Leli, the little piglet, gazed longingly at the sweets shelf, his eyes wide with desire.
Mama sweets now.
He oinked, his voice hopeful and eager. Mama Pig looked down at him with a gentle smile, knowing well the allure of the treats.
No, Leli.
Mama said, her tone firm yet full of love.
Dinner first.
Leli's face fell, disappointment washing over him like a sudden rain shower. His little hooves began to stomp on the floor, creating a rhythm of protest.
No!
He cried, his frustration building. Leli threw his toy truck across the room, watching as it crashed into the wall with a loud bang.
Wah.
He squealed, tears streaming down his cheeks in a steady flow. His little heart felt heavy, and he kicked the wall, the sound echoing in the kitchen.
Sweets. Sweets.
He yelled, his voice a mixture of desperation and determination. Mama knelt beside Leli, her voice soft and soothing.
Leli, big feelings are okay,
She said, her eyes compassionate.
but throwing and kicking isn't.
She took a deep breath, demonstrating the calming effect of breathing.
Let's take deep breaths together.
Leli followed her lead. Whoosh, whoosh, his emotions slowly calming. Mama held Leli close, her warmth enveloping him like a comforting blanket.
How about we sing a song?
She suggested, her eyes twinkling with mischief. They sang a silly song about a wiggly worm, their voices filling the room with laughter. Leli giggled, his snout twitching with joy.
Hee hee. Oink.
He squealed, feeling his heart lift. Mama announced,
Dinner time.
and Leli eagerly sat at the table, his mood transformed. He savoured his meal of carrots and peas, the flavours a delightful mix on his tongue. After dinner, Mama handed him a small sweet, a reward for his patience.
Yummy.
Leli exclaimed, his heart full of happiness. He gave Mama a big hug, his curly tail wiggling with gratitude.
Thank you, Mama.
He said, snorting with contentment.
Leli, a 3-year-old piglet, trotted out of the barn wearing his favorite yellow t-shirt and blue shorts. Today, however, was not like any other day. The farm was filled with sounds.
Moo!
Bellowed the big cow nearby, and
Cluck, cluck!
went the busy chickens. The tractor rolled by with a loud
Vroom, vroom!
making Leli's little ears buzz. Leli felt the noise growing louder, each sound sharper than the last. His ears felt hot, and frustration bubbled inside him like a volcano ready to erupt.
Oink, stop!
He squealed at a chicken, his voice tinged with desperation. A fluffy sheep bleated nearby,
Bah!
and Leli stomped his hoof, trying to shush the world into silence. Mommy Pig, dressed in a bright orange summer dress, noticed Leli's distress.
Leli, are your ears feeling too noisy? Are you feeling overwhelmed?
She asked gently, kneeling beside him. Leli nodded, tears welling in his eyes.
Let's find a quiet spot,
she suggested, leading him to the shelter of a shady tree. Mommy Pig encouraged Leli to close his eyes.
Take deep breaths, in and out, like you're smelling flowers and blowing out candles,
she instructed softly. Together they breathed in the tranquility, the chaos of the farm fading away. Mommy Pig rubbed his back in soothing circles, explaining,
Sometimes, when the world is too loud, we need quiet time.
Leli opened his eyes, feeling refreshed. The tension had melted away, replaced by a calm understanding.
We can cover our ears or sing a soft song to ourselves,
Mommy Pig added with a smile. Leli gave her a happy
Oink.
grateful for the newfound peace. Leli spotted his friend, the duck, waddling by.
Quack.
The duck greeted him softly. Leli smiled, responding with a gentle
Oink.
He had learned to find quiet within himself and how to ask for it when needed, embracing the soothing rhythm of his world.
Leli the piglet trotted eagerly towards the schoolyard, his mind filled with images of splashing and glorious mud puddles. His friends followed, each one as thrilled as he was for the long-awaited muddy day.
I can't wait to roll in the mud,
Leli squealed, imagining the squelchy fun they would have. The piglets gathered in the yard, their snouts twitching in confusion. Leli looked around, his heart sinking at the sight of the dry earth.
Oh no, oink, oink, where's the mud?
He exclaimed, his eyes wide with disbelief. Their teacher, Miss Daisy, noticed the crestfallen faces and stepped forward with a reassuring smile.
Don't worry, piglets. We can make our own mud,
she announced, her voice full of cheer. Miss Daisy guided the piglets as they began mixing water and dirt, their little hooves churning up thick, gooey mud. The sound of splashing and giggles filled the air as Leli and his friends watched the magic unfold.
Hooray, we did it!
Leli cheered, his tail wagging with delight as the first mud puddle began to form. Leli was the first to leap into the mud, his hooves sinking into the squishy ground. He rolled and splashed, his pink skin turning a delightful shade of brown.
Squelch, squelch,
he snorted happily. Bella the piglet, his best friend, joined him with a gleeful snort, the two of them creating a muddy masterpiece with their playful antics. Miss Daisy watched them with pride, her heart warmed by their resilience and creativity.
You all made this the best muddy day ever,
she said, her eyes twinkling. Leli glanced around at his friends, their laughter still ringing in his ears.
Even without rain, we had the best time,
he said, understanding that with a little ingenuity, they could overcome any obstacle. The mud clung to their skin as a reminder of their day, each step they took leaving behind a trail of happiness. Leli smiled to himself, knowing that sometimes the best adventures are the ones you create with friends.
See you tomorrow, everyone,
he called, his voice carrying across the fields as the piglets waved goodbye.
Leli the piglet snuggled into his straw bed, his tiny eyes drooping with sleepiness. As night enveloped the farm, a familiar sound echoed through the air.
Zzz, snort, honk, grrr.
His snores reverberated like an old tractor engine. The sheep bleated in frustration.
Bah! We can't sleep!
The cows joined in, their voices low and tired.
Moo, too much noise.
Meanwhile, the chickens clucked in irritation.
Cluck, cluck, we're tired.
Hootie addressed the groggy animals gathered beneath his tree.
Leli, your snores are very loud. Perhaps if you slept with a soft, fluffy blanket, it would muffle the sound.
His suggestion was met with hopeful murmurs. Leli wriggled under the plush fabric, his nose twitching as he settled in. The night unfolded gently, and this time, his snores were subdued.
Zzz, puff.
The sound was a mere whisper against the evening breeze. The sheep bleated cheerfully.
Bah, what a peaceful night.
The cows added with a contented sigh.
Moo, we slept so well.
The chickens clucked with delight.
Cluck, cluck. We feel great.
Leli and his blanket became a cherished part of the farm, ensuring peace for all. The farm thrived under the watchful eye of Hootie and the joyful harmony of its well-rested residents. They all slept soundly ever after, nestled in their blissful barn,